Yes, people, welcome back. to another live stream. Let me just type in this 1 second. Is it 37 more? Right, we got that already. So yeah, we're going to do something different. Obviously, I've not long just woken up. For people referencing, we have got that much to go. So yeah, I thought I'll come on and we're going to react to some football content. I think that's how we're going to start the day. And yeah, we're going to react to some football content. And then we're going to go live for the build-up to the Liverpool game at 12 o'clock. So, yes, let's get straight into that then. Let's load up via YouTube. Arsenal fans react to West Ham. I'll put my mic in. Just click on this.
Holiday hacks, this way. We get it. The post-Christmas lull is here.
There we go. West Ham have scored. Jared Bowen locked the stream up. Can't wait for Real Madrid, they said. Can't wait for Real Madrid. These lot couldn't beat Dagenham and Redbridge with this attack. Absolute shambles. Lock the season off. Lock it off.
God.
I'll see you next season. Netflix
Dagenham
FC,
and Redbridge,
everyone was right. It's always next season. This is like watching Power. Is it Tommy? Is it Ghost? Who is it? It's Jared Bowen.
I actually feel sorry for Curtis because, like, he is like one of like the realest Arsenal fans there is in terms of like the football content like scene. Because he always says it as it is, and do you know what I mean? Like he's not like sucking off to like the club or whatever. Yeah, bro. That can't stop, won't stop, mate. You know what it is.
You knew what time it was counter-attacking. Bowen 747 has scored. Street smart from West Ham. 5 minutes back, pending, counter-attack, make it count. Credit to West Ham, because there's only 2 men forward. From an Arsenal perspective, shit. And I said, please don't make this harder than it needs to be. Half-time talk is ripped up. Whatever Mikel Arteta was going to say is ripped up. Bowen 747 does what he's doing. Take a bow, Wan-Bissaka. Ultimately, you didn't score, so nobody cares. I can't believe that, bro. It's fucking shit from everybody.
Oh my god.
That's so cheap, man. It's great from West Ham. It's great from West Ham. From us? That is shit, man.
Calafiori, come on, it's Wan-Bissaka, bro. Stop the cross, blood.
Oops.
Oh my days! Are you taking the piss? How you just walked in like that? Calafiori guy, you never stop the cross, blood. You just stand there. You don't have to hold the left-hand side, mate. Put the ball in. Useless. Useless. Oh, troops, have hope. Oh, Liverpool drew with. They drew with Villa. Bro, we can never do our own job. We can never do our own job, bro. You man will never win nothing. You will never amount to anything. All of you, bro. You will never amount to nothing. You scrubs.
Oh my god.
I still think, in my humble opinion, Troops, for me, when it comes to like Arsenal fans and stuff on YouTube, he's top 3 for me. Of course, as it is, he's a realist. You know, he's been there, done that for his club. And when he actually believes in something, he'll back it. If you don't believe in it, he won't back it. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's too many of these fans these days that will sell themselves out for a pound note. Do you know what I mean?
God, it's 1-0 West Ham, but I'm fucking done. Wan-Bissaka into Bowen. That's on the blurriest stream of all time as well. God, I'm actually pissed off now.
Wan-Bissaka, oh my god. Sick. Oh my god. Oh. Shit. What? God.
सही वाली बात है यार. It's this simple for them. As always. This is the problem with Arsenal कि हम जब बॉल जीतते हैं हम पता नहीं क्यों रुक जाते हैं. और चलो कोई बात नहीं. West Ham 1 goal. It was always coming.
Yeah, sent off. Miles Lewis Skelly sent off. Season done.
To be fair to Lewis Skelly, and I said this on the live stream, I felt like he actually couldn't do anything. Like, it was not his fault. His team just left him for dead. And he was left in a situation where if he don't bring him down, that's going to 2-2. Do you know what I mean? So, like, he was in a situation where he had no choice but to just bring the cunt down. Do you know what I mean? So you can't. So I don't think you can actually blame him, to be honest.
Wow, red card.
But still,
Can't complain. He ain't catching him from there, man. Let's be real.
Wait, what the fuck? The shoot? Wait, hang on. Wait, what the fuck? We've gone down to 10 men. Pack it up, man. Just pack it up, man. Just pack it up, bro. Just pack it up, fam.
People, if you are watching on the replay or whatever, make sure you do go and subscribe to all these guys, man. Honestly, top guys. Big up to them, man. Because to be fair, you know, as much as we laugh and slate at Arsenal fans, hey, they give us content. Do you know what I mean?
Just pack it up, bro. Trust me, just pack it up.
Because if he's in our half, it's more. He's going to send him off. He's going to send him off. Oh, I take back everything I said. Free person. I take back everything I said. Suck your mama. I take it back. If he's going, he's going to change his decision. They did it in the Everton game. The ref gave a penalty. He went to the screen and then changed it and said no penalty. He's going to send off Skelly. I don't want to hear it no more. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. This process is over. It's finished. This process is finished. It's done. It's done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We are done. We are done. We are done. That's it. There's no more. I don't want to hear no more defending. I don't want to hear none of this shit. Who we have to play. All of this bullshit. I said, yo, we ain't winning this league title because every time Liverpool slip, we cannot capitalize.
Yeah, it is a red. It is a red, yeah.
Let's see what else there is. It's a disgrace what League Judges is actually going to call out the ref. Sorry, what? Let's have a look, see what they put up. Is that a red? Oh, Tino. Oh no, we need a Turkish fan cam reaction. That's what we need. League is done. Big up to my boy Turkish. Top guy. Go and subscribe to the Big Six. Subscribe to everything he does, man. One of my favorite YouTubers. Genuinely, top 5 YouTubers.
New supercharged hair food.
I'll even give it a like. It's Turkish.
Super shiny hair.
Yeah.
Well, what can I say? Arsenal have just been defeated at home to West Ham, went down to 10 men. West Ham won, Arsenal 0. Turkish, I know it's almost a bit of a silly question, but was this the day that everything just ended?
I'm going to go back to the summer transfer window again. Any of those days in the last 2-3 weeks was ultimately the day it all ended. But people are bored of that. People don't seem to understand that. You want me to talk about now?
For me, it's over until you sack Mikel Arteta. Simple as that, in my opinion. I think you can give this guy a striker and he'll still bottle it. You know, because he's fucking clueless.
Look at the position we're in as a team. Our attack is just, ripped to shreds through injuries, but at the same time, pre-injury, our attack had a problem. We tend to forget that now, overlook that now, or do our best to cope with it by ignoring the fact that before December 21st, when Saka got injured, we needed the striker, potentially a winger. Then Saka gets injured and Jesus gets injured and Martinelli gets injured and they don't move. Imagine that. 3 more man down and you don't move. That's, I could say February the 3rd is ultimately where it ended because there was still a chance. There was still a chance for us to bring someone in, a couple of bodies in. You look at the market, you look at a couple of loan names that have went, here or there in January, and you think, well, we could have done with one of those, and that's at no cost, no obligation, nothing. So there's no excuse there about right player, right body, because right now we've got the right players and the right bodies. Does it seem so? It doesn't seem so to me. But that's more, media drivel that we're going to be fed over and over again because ultimately, I've been here before. It's not the first time Arsenal have shown a lack of ambition when nearly over the line or potentially able to get over the line. It won't be the last time either. But yeah, I mean, today is ultimately the day where even if you was one of the most optimistic fans, you've got to say we ain't winning it. And you've also got to say, looking at the Champions League, if we get past PSV, and it's a big if, Real Atletico with this side, even then people might cope with it. Martinelli and Saka's back. Don't forget, whilst we had Martinelli and Saka, we had problems in attack.
Exactly.
Why? Because partly...
Exactly. That's the one thing as well. A lot of Arsenal fans will say, oh yeah, Saka, Martinelli back. Martinelli's been crap for 2 years. Martinelli has been shit for 2 years. Since the season when they bottled an 8-point lead, Martinelli hasn't been good. Bukayo Saka's burnt out. I genuinely think it's actually going to be peak for Bukayo. Someone his age is having to get surgery on a grade 3 hamstring. Bro, do you know if you rush him back and you don't be careful with that, his career could genuinely be fucked where he could just keep pulling up hamstring again. Do you know what I mean? And with do you really back Arsenal and Mikel Arteta to let Bukayo Saka recover? No, because if they beat PSV in the Champions League, which I think is actually going to be a struggle and a big if they do, and they get into the quarters, I guarantee you now, Saka, Martinelli will be rushed straight back in. No, like, oh yeah, we'll give you 20, 30 minutes here and there, blah, blah, blah. You got go on, Bukayo, you just start straight away. It's going to happen, and you know what? It's peak.
The problem is in midfield, but that gets overlooked now because the problem in attack is so in your face. But the midfield ain't helping themselves either. We've got our strongest midfield. I asked on the watch along, which one of our 10s, 8s, or 6s are injured? None. But Zinchenko comes on in midfield for the first time in an Arsenal shirt. He comes on in midfield. None of our midfielders are injured. We're struggling to create, and Zinchenko comes on. Make that make sense. Our midfield is not at the required level either, because sometimes you look at the attack this season in games and you think, look at that, Havertz missing chances, or Martinelli missing chances, but sometimes we've looked at games, equally so I'd say, and said, we don't create enough chances. We've barely had a chance in this game. So the midfield is also a problem. What, in phase 5 or year 5 or year 7 from Be Excited? I'm going to keep on going back to these milestones, because at the end of the day, a man can't say Be Excited in 2019 or whenever it was, and 6 years later, gone quiet now, midway through the season, where we was all excited going into it in terms of 2 back-to-back title challenges. Let's get over the line now. City fall off because, you know, some might say expected, but you also look at their transfer dealings, some could blame that as well. But they fall off, and we're not primed to capitalize because the club didn't put us in a position to be primed to capitalize. We had a great injury record last season. You cannot rely on that again. That's rare in football, to have most of your star players fit for the season. It's rare. So the season we had last season, who at the club looked at it and said, well, did you see that? We've got to do it.
I remember when Liverpool won the league and we stormed it. We actually had a couple of injuries that season. I remember Alisson was out for a bit. I think Trent went down for a bit as well. Like, we picked up a couple of injuries. But don't forget, some Arsenal fans, not Turkish, always think, oh, it's always us. Okay, then. Well, back your club and your manager to go and do better in the transfer window. Do you know what I mean?
But again, Saka's a machine. Havertz is a machine. This person's a machine. That person's a machine. Yeah, machine gone bust. We've seen it this season, player after player for us down, leaving us in ultimately a worse position. But again, the injuries are papering over the original cracks, which were all their pre-injuries. And then you can talk about players, Odegaard again today, captain, just hiding. There was one moment that really pissed me off in that game. Early in the second half, Ranieri, Trossard into space. There was space for Odegaard to run into. He was the only man within 30 yards of Trossard.
If you've not seen it, go and watch it. Big up to Lee Gunner. Go and follow him. He put out, well, if you go look on his Twitter, there's literally a clip where Trossard's running down the left and Martin Odegaard literally actually runs off. He actually runs away from the ball. Wow.
He ran into the space, collect the ball. He ran off into the distance. He literally ran off into the distance like a horse that's just been freed into the wilderness. I don't know where the hell he was going. And that sums him up, not only this game, but I think a lot of this season. Because I mentioned it before, when Odegaard's out, Saka was still stepping up. We were still getting results, difficult games. Let's not forget the start of the season. Saka was still, getting us out of sticky situations, right? And we held Odegaard to a similar stature, But since Saka's been out, Odegaard has. I don't look at any game where I say Odegaard won us that game. That's abysmal. I'm not saying that's abysmal for a captain, which you can argue, yes. It's also abysmal for a player of his quality.
No, it's abysmal.
To hide.
I think it's abysmal for a captain. I don't care if you play in goal, centre back, left back, right back, midfield, forward, right? How many times have we seen strikers how many times have we seen captains for football clubs grab the game by the skin of the teeth and go and win it for them? Like, do you know what I mean? The guy's crap.
To want to always go and collect the ball in comfy positions in and around the defense, where teams are sitting off us and making the easy balls, but not being there when you need to be there. Again, and I'm talking about him. The whole team again, poor. And ultimately, you look at Arteta and think, over the last 2 years, you've made us a more rigid side, structured side, a side that took it to game week 38 last season. But in Arteta's words, you maximize every window or you fall behind. And we haven't maximized the last 3, 2, 1. And here we are.
Yeah, I mean, I'm struggling to come to terms with what happened today, because going into today, I sensed that there was a degree of optimism that was based on Liverpool not looking at.
You just look toothless up front. It's as simple as that. You know, a team that's run out of ideas, a manager that doesn't know what he's fucking doing. You know, any other manager in those situations will know what to do and get out of those situations and adapt. And, you know, how many times have we seen managers over the years, when they've had loads of injuries, they've got to adapt? Mikel Arteta doesn't really adapt, has he? He's put fucking Mikel Moreno up front, scored 2 goals against Leicester, and everyone got fucking giddy.
Best in
That was
recent
based on
games.
some bullshit.
No, but hear me out.
No, but hear me out, because I know that's based on some bullshit, Laurie. We didn't play on Wednesday. Liverpool played. They dropped points. Let's go, believe. Come on. The ownership have left us in a position where it's clear as day they're happy with just making Champions League again. It's clear as day we're not going to win anything this season. So getting amped off Liverpool, what are we going to do then? Tomorrow, if City go and draw or win, are we going to be amped Monday morning then? It's just delusion at this point.
Yeah, but I think the point I was trying to make is coming into this game, I did sense a degree of optimism, and I'll tell you why that was. We've spoken about Liverpool. They dropped some points. They'd not looked at their best. There was the Champions League draw, which a lot of people say, listen, it was quite a favourable draw for Arsenal. So yesterday, chatting to fans, even this morning, there seemed to be a little bit of energy.
How is it a favourable draw? The whole point of competitions is aiming to win. If you man beat PSV, which I think could arguably be a struggle, right? You'll be facing the winner of Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid, a team that can defend and actually score goals this season in Atleti. And if you play Real Madrid, your team will shit your pants when they walk into the Bernabeu. They will shit themselves before the game is even kicked off.
About the place, people were predicting we beat West Ham, go into the Forest game. But today, right from the start, we were flat. We lacked energy.
Because you're crap.
We lacked control. Okay, we had a lot of the ball, but it wasn't necessarily going anywhere. And like you said yourself, Turkish, key players didn't perform. But no one performed. I can't name a single player today that played well.
Ethan and Waring, that's probably it.
And then
so I'm struggling to work out how that is, because, okay, you mentioned Odegaard, and I'm trying my hardest not to scapegoat Odegaard because of a couple of things. One, I like him as a person, as a player. We know, as you said, he's very technically gifted, but he, was clearly well below par today. But that being said, where were the other guys? There's some really good players in this team, and there was no one that showed today. So I'm struggling to come to terms with it. I'm struggling to come up with explanations as to how everybody could just look so bad today.
And that's where I say it ultimately comes down to Arteta and his management of the side as well, because we was a free-flowing side a few years ago. He made us more rigid, as I mentioned.
You know what it is with Mikel Arteta? He went 8 points clear. He bottled that lead. He shit in pant. He shit itself. And that's why he plays so negative and so reverse, because he doesn't want it to happen again. And unfortunately, mate, you're not even in the position to win the fucking damn thing. So congrats to you. I just don't understand how Arsenal fans aren't actually calling him for him to be sacked. You talk about invincibles, doubles, and all this shit. Right? He's bottled you top fours. I'm sorry, but that first season he bottled you the title. Last season, didn't capitalise again on Man City's slow start. Didn't capitalise on when Liverpool were doing well and fell off. You didn't. This whole narrative in the Champions League as well. Oh, pray for Bayern. Blah, blah, blah crap. And then you took a 1-1. Lost in Munich. You know, one of the games that sums up Arsenal and their fan base as well was, I don't know if you've seen the clip. It was Arsenal away to Man City 0-0, and James was going like that. Well done, Arsenal. Why are you saying well done for a drop points? And the funniest thing is, with that drop points, they were behind him in the table. Why? It's all about the mentality of this football club. It's just
challenge until game week 38, and then we get a bit more rigid on top of a transfer window that's nowhere near the required level. Teams figure things out season on season. The more they play you, the more they figure out the threats. That's why Havertz might have been banging for the last 6 months of last season, but if you don't add around the Havertz, then the focus more being on him, it's easy to mark him out. Or Saka a couple of years ago when he started being double teamed on, it's not easy to mark him out because he's excelled as a player and progressed, but you're right. We should. This is West Ham at home, so even with the injuries we had, I predicted 2-1 win. God knows where the 2 goals were going to come from, and ultimately we didn't even get one. But I thought, you know what, we should get the job done. There should be a bit of, you know, more belief behind them, considering it is a chance for them to, and by them I mean the players here, the manager here, to cut it down to 5 points before they go Etihad. You know, but was there any fight? Football has turned more into, especially with managers like Mikel, has turned more into systems, instruction, more than ever. And I've only come to understand it recently. That plays some part in this question I'm going to ask. But where's the fight? Yeah. Where is the fight? Where you throw all the fucking instructions out of the window and you say, yo, yeah, maybe huddle up if you need to, because they've huddled up hundreds of times over the years. Have another huddle and say, yo, this is what we fucking need to do. Forget Mikel and his instructions for a sec. We're the fucking 11 out here, or the 10 out here, or we're 9 out here. We need to do this. We need to do this. Gabriel, Marino, Odegaard, something. Fight. There was no fight.
No, I agree. I was looking around. I didn't see any energy. I didn't see any passion. I didn't see any fight. I mean, we got to be honest and say that last week's performance wasn't that much better. Leicester. The difference is that Mourinho.
That's a criticism of Mikel.
Yeah. So maybe today everything just came down on top of us.
Plan B. He's similar. It's been a similar story over the last couple of years, as much as it's been very different title races. If you could call this one a title race, anyway. Ultimately, Plan Bs have been an issue. Plan Bs have been a big issue, and people might say, "Oh, look how injury ravaged the squad is right now." Like I said, we're not in an injury crisis in midfield, but we're bringing Zinchenko on. So it's a mix of bad luck with the injuries and poor squad management in the windows and off the pitch. And Mikel takes a lot of blame in that as well, because some of the signings he's made haven't been of the adequate level. And if we're in a position now where we have to watch money, even though the reports come out and say record revenue, surprise, surprise, I'm not surprised.
You know what? I've got to say, I'm struggling to come up with any words of solace or comfort looking forward or optimism. We've got a game against Forest in the week. I don't know what to say. What's your thoughts on that, looking ahead to that game?
At this moment in time, I couldn't care less. I'll be real with you. I couldn't care less.
Well, you've heard from the man. I've got to say, I don't quite know what to say myself. I'm still in a bit of shock, to be honest. But anyway, thanks, Turkish, for your forthright comments. Appreciate it.
Big up to the Turk. Speaking facts as usual. I'm not even gonna watch that fan cam. He always chats rubbish. Wow, Julian's actually calling it out, you know.